Notice I got a lot of notes here, right? See that. I'm going to give you a little history, first of all, in the Sportsman's Guide. We started in mobile in 2010. The experience was not as we expected, so we'll kind of walk through that and get you some history here. Sportsman's Guide is part of the Red Cats group, which is number 33 on the Internet Retailers Top 500. You can see some of our other brands, Jessica Lange, Golf Warehouse. Currently we have 4 million visitors per month. In 2010, we decided to get into mobile as and Red Cats wanted to do it as a whole. So they wanted all the brands to go together and pick the same solution. We wanted to go live in the summer of 2010, and we wanted to, as I said, pick a single vendor to support all the brands. We did go live in 2010. The user experience was not very good. The brands had different needs, and some of that, once you get going, then you find out. Like for Sportsman's Guide, we have tabs, individual tabs on our site, which I'll show you later. TGW had different requirements. The sales were not good. We had real soft sales initially. So we decided to, this would have been in winter of 2011. We decided to kind of regroup and take a whole new approach. And what we did is we sat down with all the brands and we talked about developing it internally, a new third party for Sportsman's Guide that became Netbiscuits, or stay the course. Some of our one of our brands, they stayed the course with our current provider. They are now looking to make a change. Internal development, many of the brands decided to do it internally. And as I said, TSG decided to partner with Netbiscuits. I think that was an excellent decision because, as I said, the brand that stayed the course is now ready to make a move. The requirements, cost effective. If you're an IT person, you're used to this. Everything has to be speed to market. So it's like, can we have this up in 3 months? The typical business requirement. The vision for us was seamless integration with our native site. If we wanted to do a promotion at noon on Thursday, we wanted that promotion to be available on the mobile site. Consistent brand experience. We have specialty tabs, which again I'll show you, promos, product, overall integration, and we wanted to make sure that we had a similar customer experience. One thing that I'm strong on is internal control. We didn't want to give up control of the site to a third party. We like to be able to change, develop the site internally. At the same time, as you can see on the last bullet there, Netbiscuits allowed us to not have to worry about video or device recognition or all those kind of the heavy lifting that we didn't want to have to do. So this is kind of a summary of the Netbiscuits solution. As you can see, they support, I say, every device worldwide. I don't know if that's a fair statement, but we're not worried about that. Our site renders excellent. on all the devices. Easily integrated. We were able to use Omniture, all of our back-end processing. We had no problem integrating to that. Real-time integration. Again, speed to market. We signed the agreement with Netbiscuits in March of 2011. We were live in June. Fewer resources than planned. Literally, from my team, I'm responsible for web development. One resource developed that site. So, I mean, I think that's pretty impressive. Now, marketing provided what I call the touchy-feely stuff, the creative part, and then the web developer was able to develop it. So, very impressive to have one guy do all that work. The key here was that we had to get everyone to buy in, because whenever you, as you know, whenever you decide to make a change and move away from a platform, that can be politically difficult within a company. We had buy-in from everyone on this. We really realized that there was a need for a change. And there again, I kind of restated here, web marketing and the creative group developed the pages, the Your Guide, which I'm going to show you later, the navigation consistency between the sites, the product pages. That was all developed by marketing, and web development implemented it. Again, on the top, web development concurrently learned the Netbiscuits do-it-yourself. Again, one guy really self-trained himself on how to do this, and Adam did an excellent job. And I'm going to show you a little bit about some of the things Adam has done. But we developed a prototype, put it in staging. We used internal users to kind of beat it up and try to make mistakes, try to mess it up. The other thing we do is we bring in customers in what we call a Usability Lab, and we have them go through it and let us know what they like or don't like about it. Strong focus on analytics before the launch, so we could make sure we were getting the results we wanted after the launch. And then we had a roadmap for enhancements moving forward. This is really the site you can see on the left. The native site's on the left. On the right side is the mobile site. I think it's important here to point out, it might be a little bit difficult, but if you see those tabs up above cart and sign in, those are our site tabs that we really wanted to duplicate onto mobile. And you'll see them over on the left too. So Boating Savings is another one of our brands, and Workwear Savings. And those tabs are available on mobile and native. And they work perfect. I talked a little bit about Your Guide. That's down on the lower left. It's really a guide. It's a guide for the site, guide throughout the site. If you saw it on your iPhone or whatever, it would render a little differently. And it has the swipe, so you can swipe around and pick one of those other options. Video, no problem. The video's rendering on the mobile perfect. So we're really impressed with that. I think the key here is, after going live on the Netbiscuits platform, in the first week, sales increased 4 times. And after 3 months, 16-time increase in sales. Sales per visit also increased considerably, doubled over the native site. And what we're seeing now on mobile, 3 times the visits 2012 over previous year. And the key there again is revenue. Revenue is up 5 times over last year. So next steps, we're confident Netbiscuits will continue to perform, to improve their platform, provide us with the functionality we need. You hear a lot about future-proofing your devices. We feel real comfortable with that. We don't have to worry about the new iOS, the Kindle Fire. Netbiscuits handles that for us. Provide integrated cart. Those are some of the things we want to do. And then moving forward, really our next step is tactile, which I really want to show you what we've done on tactile. So I'm going to hook this up here. Okay, this is the home page. You can see we have this functionality, all kind of the normal functionality you would expect on a home page. This next one, I think, we've done a real good job. Again, this is one guy, one resource, Adam, has done all of this work. And I think this is real impressive. You can see the shirt changes. It puts a box around the shirt you're looking at. You can swipe it this way. Down here there's product detail and customer comments. So that's a page we're real proud of. And then let me get to the next one here. This is the cart, the shopping cart. I just wanted to show you this. Pretty basic. You can change the quantities, check out, recalculate, continue shopping. Oops. And this is the actual checkout page. And what's really good, what we've done here, which is really impressive, you can see in that middle kind of open box, talks about your coupon. So if you key in a coupon that's expired, it'll tell you that in the box. If you key in a coupon that requires minimum $99 for $10 off shopping, whatever, all of that is displayed to the customer in that middle box. Up here, if you have multiple gift cards, if you buy our Buyers Club, we have the ability to scroll through here so the customer can see. Because if you had 8 gift cards, you would not be able to see them all. What this allows the customer is to make sure all his gift cards have taken, and anything else, free shipping, anything else will show up in there. The other thing I probably should have showed you guys is if we can get this to do this here. Everything renders perfectly, portrait or landscape. And then the other thing is we have a list of all your items. And the approach we took is you can see those little arrows, both up at the order summary and on the items. We put those to show that there's additional items or there's things that you should scroll through. Now, if there was only one item, those arrows would not appear.
When you say scroll through, that's already in their cart, right?
Yes.
So do you, I'm sure you're profiling those customers, do you then have the opportunity to give a recommendation that customers who have bought this also like this, you may want to buy this?
Yeah, but
okay.
I couldn't do that for the demo, but that is
Right.
part of our first
That's good.
phase. Absolutely.
So there's a recommendation and profiling aspect to the platform as well?
Yeah. Yeah, we use a third-party, I want to say Criteo.
Criteo. Okay.
Yep. We use Contendo, but it's Akamai now for content delivery. But, we're really proud of this page. And we're looking forward. Our plan is November 1st. We will go live. And what we're going to do is split the traffic. We're going to go 50-50. So 50% of the people will get the native site on the tablet, which is what they get now, and 50% will get this new site. We have a fairly strong conversion rate on our native site on tablet. So we're interested to see how that compares with this site. And we feel like we've just started. I mean, there's so many things we can do here, and I mean, from an IT guy, we get excited. It's like, come on, and come on, Adam, can't you work longer?
Yeah, that poor one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Get him an intern for the summer.
But we're really looking forward to, the enhancements that Netbiscuits adds that we can take advantage of, and then all the things we don't know. We always say we don't know what we don't know, and I think we can make this even better. But I think marketing has a concern that on day one we can't send 100% of this traffic to this site, because I imagine there will be a drop-off. And maybe not, but my gut feeling is our customers that are used to seeing the native site might abandon, might bail on this. We don't know that. But that's why you have to do testing. And then we plan to run that testing through Christmas and then see how those results are. But I guess the point I want to make is we've been having some conversations about, well, what if it's not converting as well? And my thought is we're in this for the long run. So we're not going to bail. Let's not, crank the thing down to 10%. Let's keep it at 50, but let's keep making improvements. This is something that I feel we can continue to improve even during, I don't know if you're all familiar with, you go into a period of code freeze. This I'm keeping out of code freeze. I think we should continue to improve this site even through the Christmas season.
Are you comparing, when you're using the tactile, are you comparing the number of pages that it takes to get to checkout? Do you have a comparison of a reduced number of pages, refreshes that it takes to get there? I like how it's all on one page. So is that one of the technical or tactical approaches that you're taking to hopefully reduce any kind of abandonment or improve?
Absolutely, yeah, and streamlining it, and then also Omniture will help us. We know when someone enters what we call the checkout funnel, and then we will do the same for this to see how they respond to this. But I don't know. Overall, we feel like this is. My feeling is we won't see a drop off as much as anticipated, because I think this is easy to shop. But you never know, because people, long-term customers are used to something, and change is always difficult. But, we'll see. But we're going to run those tests for sure. Any other questions?
Thanks. So can you talk a little bit more about the initial decision between mobile web and making apps? Do you guys have any apps? Have you?
I'll put it kind of bluntly. We're not real big on apps. We think this is the way to go. I bank at Wells Fargo. I've never downloaded their app. I'm not sure the industry, I don't know all the industry trends on that, but we're much more comfortable with this than an app. And that's a little bit of a, marketing and IT thought process, but, I'm sure everyone in here has a different opinion of that. Our opinion is this is a better solution than an app.
Hi. When you're building your mobile website, are you looking to minimize, how should I say, are you mimicking your website and to the mobile website, or are you minimizing some of those activities or functionality?
Well, we want the mobile site to mimic native as much as possible, but also take advantage of the good things about mobile. So, it's kind of a blend between those two, but we really don't want a different experience. That was our concern, is and we've all talked about multi-channel and all that, but customers, whether you have stores, they expect the same experience. They expect to be treated the same, and I think that's what we're trying to do here, is make it as similar as possible, but also take advantage of the kind of the neat stuff of mobile and what we can do.
Hi there. My question is, are you leading with the mobile in terms of site design, or are you letting the traditional web design continue to lead and then adapt it to mobile?
Are we leading with mobile?
Yeah, you design the user experience, you primarily drive by the traditional web.
That's a good question, because I think now what we're going to have to do is really take two tracks. I think we're going to have to focus. I was telling the CEO, I'm guessing Adam will never be in the pool of regular web developers again, because this mobile and tactile are going to really be his life. Because it never ends, as you guys all know. You just keep improving. So, I don't know if we necessarily feel like native leads and then we follow. I look at it more as now, in some ways, native has to leave, because the promotions and, we have a buyer's club, and some of the things we do on native, we absolutely want to make sure are available on tactile. But I don't think it's not quite as just, if you do it on native, then just copy it to tactile. There will be things in mobile and tactile that we can do that maybe aren't on native, if that's your question.
Where do you see the iPad? Because I have to admit, sometimes I'm annoyed when somebody gets me to a mobile website when I'm on the iPad. Do you design your website? Where do you put yourself, the iPad? How do you see it in this mobile space? Any kind of tablet device which is going beyond 7 inches? Do you see that more on the PC side, or do you see it more on the mobile side?
The iPad?
Yeah, or tablets with 10 inches, because you're getting like in a zone where you can use both worlds. What is your experience?
Well, I guess for tactile, we're only about 4 months into this, but we have focused on the iPad. And again, I hope this answers your question, but our information shows us that about 86% of our customers are coming from the iOS. So a very large percentage.
Have you implemented any mobile-specific features, like geolocation, for example, or maybe mobile exclusive content, like promotions that are available only on mobility?
We have not. And location for us isn't quite, I think you asked about location. It isn't quite as important to us, because we don't have any retail stores. And I think that's a a good fit for location. In my previous job, we were using location. If you were by the Austin, Texas store, we knew where you were. But with just this, with just the e-commerce side, I don't think maybe it's quite as important.
Can you talk about how web traffic is compared to your mobile? Like, how are your consumers interacting with mobile versus web traffic, and what kind of numbers you see coming in from mobile versus just a basic website?
I can tell you that 8% of our total revenue comes from mobile. I don't know the visitor breakdown, but 8% of our revenue comes from some mobile device, which, you know, out of 250 million we do on web, it's a fair amount of money.
Can you give us a projection of what you think that'll be next year?
I think it'll be a 12% increase. I really do, and I think it'll just continue. Our customer.
And is that just because you envision more of your customers, they won't have desktops or laptops, they'll have tablets?
Exactly.
So everything's migrating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, my kids don't have a desktop. I mean, I have a little office. They wouldn't go near it. Right. You know, but so I think, but I also think Sportsman's Guide customer can relate to this maybe a little more than in my previous industry. I was in the DIY, Home Depot. I think those customers adopt this probably a little bit slower.
Hi, I'm just wondering, are you actually looking at consideration as well, and the impact that mobile has? So, I mean, obviously you're looking at conversion, but are you introducing sort of ways of tracking consideration and looking at the 360-degree experience?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to understand maybe what your projection of what impact mobile will have on consideration of that 250 million odd.
No.
Do you have any kind of view on that at all?
I really don't. We're putting as much reporting in as possible before and after, so we can really see what effects that's having. But I don't have an opinion on that. All right, you bet.